Good afternoon, it's Grant Vinning again. I'd like to illustrate the principles of participatory guarantee scheme coming from a country called the Solomon Islands. It's a small country, less than 1 million people, about a 3-hour flight east of Brisbane. At the heart of it was this hotel, the Heritage Park Hotel. It was the biggest hotel in the whole of the Solomon Islands. And we found out from talking to the hotel wanted an assured supply of consistent quality at a fair price. The growers wanted the exact opposite. They wanted an assured outlet of their produce at a fair price. So there's a shared vision in this regard. One of the principles of PGS is learning. Now, in the two groups of grower groups, one was to the north. They were expert in handling fruit. The other group was expert in handling vegetables. So you can see the way that the two groups came together and exchange information. That was only part of it. We also needed to know, what did the hotel want? So here's the case of where our group, the farmer group, went into the hotel. You could see it actually in the kitchen. Then at the same time, the chef came out to the actual farms and started looking at the farms and what were some of the issues they had on producing. Out of all of this came a number of vital lessons. The first one was the hotel only wanted one single payment. It helped their accounting system. For the hotel, timing of delivery was everything. The hotel's busy with breakfast up until about 9 o'clock. Then they have to be ready to start getting the lunch from about 11 o'clock onwards. This meant, of course, then, that there was quite a precise timing, that the farmers had to have the produce in there. This doesn't normally come out. It wasn't all about price, it was about timing. But also, the hotel learnt that the farmers had problems with timing of harvesting, getting transport from the village back into the city. So there was a meeting of minds as to what to do. We decided then that we had something. We then had to come to an agreement. And this meant we had to learn about negotiation. So part of the negotiation was learning how to actually bargain and negotiate. And here's a case of where we did it out on the farm. You can see it was actually in the village. And we're using role playing. Different people played the position of the difficult buyer or the difficult seller. That's what we're doing in that particular case. But at the end of the day, PGS is also about business. It's about making money. So what we did was we got in an expert in business planning and accounting. And you can see this was quite formal. This was learning on how to be a businessman, how to set up a business plan. So out of all of this, some of the principles that we could see was there was a shared vision. The hotel wanted something. The growers wanted something. There's participation. We both came to an arrangement that suited each other. There was shared learning of obviously what would happen there. And the final one was trust. Now what happened was the hotel only wanted to make the one payment into the one bank account. That meant the growers had to come together and come up with a system where one check went into the bank account. How the growers distributed that money was up to them. So they had to elect chairmen, they had to elect secretaries in order to do all this negotiation. And that was all part of it. So that was how we did the Solomon Islands example of PGS. Shared vision, participation, shared learning, and trust. Now, if you want to learn more about PGS in action, there's some other examples we'll give you that are up on the net.